Hello everyone, my name is TheMadScorpyon and welcome to another This Week in Destiny update. So starting right into it, of course, they did mention the journey ahead, showing a little bit of what to expect from future episodes, but being a trailer, I will just go ahead and skip it for now. As well, they did include, of course, the world's first winners and the associated interviews with a variety of teams. Unfortunately, these responses are pretty much the same thing as always, so just moving past. This is something that caught my eye initially, Grandmaster Excision, which they did mention a few things about it. If you have noticed, the Excision mission itself, catalyst kills, leveling up crafted weapons, and earning experience, that is disabled, but that is mainly just because it is a 12-person activity in one activity, which is different from Crucible, which is usually made for it, so they had to turn off some things to make sure that it ran like normal. However, on June 18th, aka next Friday? Hang on, days, checking calendar. No, actually, next Tuesday, a Grandmaster version of Excision is teased, which does have a special reward for being very hard. They don't mention if it will still have matchmaking, though, although I imagine rounding 12 people up will be difficult if you're not literally just doing a unmiked Fireteam Finder or the Destiny 2 LFG server. However, of course, there is details on Echoes. I will go ahead and skip past that in case you want to know about that on your own. But then Xur, if you did not see my video, Xur got a rework. He now has a single home, and he has strange coins again, which instead are earned through basically doing ritual activities, including Vanguard, Crucible, Trials, Iron Banner, Gambit, and Onslaught, which this is different from Xur in Eternity and 30th Anniversary stuff, just to keep that in mind. You level him up by spending your coins, and you can earn up to at least an additional exotic cipher separate of the Xenology quest, so that is good considering how many things require ciphers nowadays. And there is a Loyalty of the 9 program, where after spending 47 coins, you get an access to Strange Finder, which is a buff that offers a chance to earn bonus Strange coins to drop anytime you get a Strange coin. And while you can only get one per week, this does have an 11-day duration, which means not only can it stack up to 3 times, but refreshes the duration, so if you spend at least 47 coins a week, you can keep up the roll and keep up the buff. So keep that in mind if you just want to hang out at Xur or have lots to get. Speaking of the lots to get, what is available? Exotic Weapon Catalyst. He has somehow acquired rare parts that enhance certain exotic weapons and will be selling 2 random catalysts to those in need each week. The pool will contain older catalysts that can be found through random drops prior to the Witch Queen. It will not contain catalysts that are currently associated with quests, exotic missions, season pass exotics, campaign exotics, or pre-order exotics, raid exotics, or dungeon exotics. So keep that in mind. Mostly it's anything that existed pre-Witch Queen that is just somewhere else. Then, exotic weapons. There will be 3 random exotic armors in supplementation to Hawkmoon, which this will be 1 per every slot, so expect something in kinetic, energy, and heavy. Then he will have his usual legendary armor that is available, which will be the usual array of a set and a set of weapons. However, there is a general engram that can be bought that is anything from the available pool. And there is the wildcard offer, which is peculiar items, which typically, at least in the example that I saw last week, or actually this is something different, aren't usually sold by other vendors, such as ritual engrams will be offered by Xur. The slot of items is randomized every week and is purchasable once per week, so keep an eye out. So there may be some unique and valuable items available any given week. But then there is one I was actually thinking about, the strange material offers. Deals on glimmer and other materials changing in cost and quantity every week. So each of these offers can be purchased once per week. And then the strange gifts, which is basically a single coin purchase that can turn into practically anything just to get rid of your spare stuff. And they did mention that there is a new sword archetype, of course, the wave frame sword, which is pretty nifty. I got my first Ergo Sum to drop with it, so it was unique, but it is available on the raid sword straight up, as opposed to Ergo, which can have any frame if you wanted just that one. Now, Tribes of Osiris, of course, Saint 14 will be offering the Summoner this weekend if you want, as well as a new currency, the Osirian Cipher. Let's see. Let's see. This new and very aptly named currency can be exchanged for rewards every weekend. You get 4 after opening a flawless chest at the lighthouse, or 1 after completing a passage of persistence, and you can have up to 10 in your inventory. Use them wisely. I guess it might be ways to buy specific gear. Well, that actually makes sense considering that legendary shards went away. So, aside from that, there is, of course, Cosplay Cosmodrome with a very well done human version of Savathun. And there is, of course, more if you want to see the variety. And they did mention that there is a little bit of a Rat King event in the Eververse store, considering there is a bundle that gives you not only the new Rat King ornament seen here, but as well the new shader that matches that ornament perfectly, and, of course, the Rat King's crown helmet that just looks really freaking cool. But from there, it is to the bug report. So the contest mode emblem. There's always some issues coming up for contest mode. Any players who have successfully completed all encounters on Salvation's Edge during raid on contest mode window and claim the associated Paragon Triumph in order to earn the Hunker Down emblem reward. Unfortunately, unless the Paragon Triumph was earned, players do not qualify. So if you completed it but did not claim the Triumph and don't have a contest mode, do us all a favor, don't yell at Bungie saying you didn't give me it. Technically, you didn't fulfill the requirements. But moving on, acquiring Prismatic on alternate characters. The Destined Heroes Lost in the Light and Found a Dark quest can only be completed once per account. Players who purchased a campaign skip booster for the final shape or are attempting to acquire Prismatic on alternate characters will instead need to play the 6 adventures available in the Lost City to unlock their Prismatic ability. That is the Queens, the Hollow, and the whatever one that was, well, actually, oh, right, the Kaido one. So think of the 2 Savathun missions, the 2 Mithrax missions, and the 2 Kaido missions. Then there is Convalescence Budding. To mitigate an issue where players weren't able to access the quest, they unlock the ability for players with free roam access to the Pale Heart to access the cooperative focus activity nodes. But players are advised not to play these modes until required by this quest. It is for the Microcosm Exotic Trace Rifle. As well, there is a variety of weapons from seasons 20 through 23 that cannot be earned, or I should say not be crafted, through the Enclave. This is unintentional and of course will be resolved soon. Same way the Bungie Salvation's Edge rewards. To unlock the ability to purchase the Raid Jacket and the Cadet Sling Bag. Oh, right, I guess that is the pack. Players will need to complete Salvation's Edge and claim the Triumph prior to June 25th. So just over 2 weeks from now, or at least 2 more weeks from reset. By this time, of course, you can always view the Bungie Rewards article for knowing specific deadlines for everything. Then going into the Known Issues tab. Players who completed the Transmigration quest but did not unlock Prismatic will need to replay the mission solo to acquire said subclass. The Light Magnified Pathfinder objective states that it requires orbs of power to be generated using Masterwork weapons, but it can be also progressed via orb generation from non-Masterwork weapons, aka siphons. Prismatic Warlocks who equip Phoenix Dive and no other strand abilities will cause targetless threadlings to no longer remain on the player. Interesting, I guess that's just wiping out your perch threadlings. Evidence Board Glaive Patterns require legendary shards to unlock when attempting to acquire them on alternate characters. That is an issue. Attempting to shape or reshape the Edge of Concurrence, Edge of Intent, or Edge of Action Glaive will result in a Weasel error. Oh no. I was just about to make one of those actually. The Final Slice Finisher preview does not reset. Players report that the Dyadic Prism cannot be dismantled. They already had acquired Ergo Sum on an alternate character. The Dyadic Prism can be dismantled, but players must do so in a social space. The Natural 20 emote displays the different roll results between observing players. Some weapons do not receive enhanced perks when enhanced. This impacts fixed weapon rolls from pursuits and triumphs prior to the Final Shape's launch. The rank 16 Ghost Vendor rank rewards displays as incorrect shader. Yeah, I've wondered about that. It was Scintillant Trajectory, which is from Lightfall. Transcendence Wells Reset Mothkeeper's Wrap Special Grenade. Heat Rises will not activate for players while gliding. Players are sometimes unable to progress through the liminality strikes. Restarting the strike should resolve this issue. The Wishbearer title has been revoked for players who have previously earned it. Oh no. Diamond Lance does not shatter stasis crystals. I think I did notice that. Consecration Slam Attack does not shatter stasis crystal, which is intended. Clash is currently not active in the comp playlist. To prevent players from missing important story beats, we recommend disable the ability to join in progress in the liminality strike. Some career stat trackers have duplicate entries in the seasonal category. Powered melee kills not trigger on-kill effects when Necrotic Grips is equipped. Dreambane armor requires legendary shards. The Nakri ship is missing its lore tab. Void Hunter's Trapper Ambush Smoke Bombs no longer trigger invisibility. The ability to swap weapon perks via the API is disabled. Players who had Strand equipped gain Prismatic Lost Light ownership. Players who had Strand equipped, gained Prismatic, lost Lightfall ownership, and now attempt to change back to other subclasses are unable to change their subclass. As they work around, players can manage their subclass using the companion apps. Vestiges won't auto-convert into a memory item if another memory item is in your inventory. Players must obtain another vestige after the memory is used for vestige to convert into another memory. In Excision, some players' abilities may not load or may appear as a ghostly outline. In the Verity encounter in Salvation's Edge, player who join in progress may not see corrected statues. In the Dissipation encounter in said raid, the boss will not announce when it is becoming enraged. Players will have 3 damage opportunities before the boss automatically enters last stand. The Arms Reach armor mod for the Salvation's Edge armor set is not displaying the correct description. The description should read, in said raid, gain bonus super energy when defeating a combatant near a limb of the witness. The On the Offensive quest from Zavala can no longer be finished due to it requiring completion of Vanguard bounties. Playing through the Final Shape campaign on multiple characters of the same class may block acquisition of the prismatics on subsequent characters of the same class. Again, why have more than one character? You're investigating an increase in thermal errors on Xbox consoles. Oh no. Ergo Sum is missing from collections. Enhanced physics incorrectly grants restoration ×2 instead of lengthening restoration. Oh, that's physique. And the Salvation's Edge pattern collected Triumph list. It lists the incorrect word. Completing the Triumph will instead increase the chance for extra weapon traits on adept versions of Salvation's Edge. Now, that is pretty much it, because we go into art, but that is the end. Now, I saw something according from the thumbnail of Aztecross that suggested something, but going through all of those, it looks like there was an issue with the new Raid Linear Fusion Rifle. However, I guess not. So, with that, that is everything I have for you. My name is TheMadScorpyon. I will see you in the next video.